Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mera Nafianti, and today I would like to explain material about teaching English as a foreign language. Okay, then the first slide we talk about history of language learning. Number one is ancient and classical periods. Ancient and classical periods, the Greek and Romans. The classical education of Greek and Roman societies included learning multiple languages. Greek was widely used throughout the Eastern Mediterranean, and Latin served as lingua franca of the Roman Empire. Classical rhetoric, grammar, and philosophy became essential in educational of the elite, and language learning was deeply connected to intellectual life. Number two is Recency at the 4th to 7th century. This period saw the rediscovery of classical language and focus on humanities, which placed as a high value and classical language learning, including Greek and Latin. Number three is the early modern period. The early modern period grammatical approach. During the period, language learning was still largely focused on grammar translation methods. Grammar and dictionaries were published or the student learn language through memorization of rules and vocabulary. Number four, the 23rd century. Structuralism and behaviorism, early 23rd century, the early saw the rise of structuralism and behaviorism, both of which influenced learning language. And the last is communicative learning teaching. Communicative approach emerged, emphasizing communication over the role memorization of grammar. This method encouraged learners to use language in real-life context and focus on developing skills such as speaking, listening, and reading. Okay, the next slide is methodology and method. So, what is methodology and method? Methodology refers to the overarching approach, philosophy, or principles that guide the teaching and learning process. And methods are detailed step, procedure, and technique used to implement the teaching approach. A method is a concrete application of a methodology. The next slide will talk about technique and approach. Technique is referred to specific methods or activities that are used in the classroom to implement an approach. Approach refers to a broad set of principal belief or philosophical view about how language is learned and taught is based on theories of language and learning acquisition. After that, language teaching and ESL, English as a foreign language, TESOL, teaching as a foreign to speaker to other language, EFL, English as a foreign language, and the last is Manglish and Singlish. So, what is kind of the five? ESL refers to teaching of learning of English by non-native speakers an English-speaking country. For example, if someone moves to the United States and learn English there, they are typically studying ESL. ESL programs are aimed to helping immigrants or residents in English-speaking countries like UK, US, and Australia to acquire English skills for daily life, work, and education. After that, TESOL. TESOL is the broader term that encompasses both ESL and EFL. It refers to the practice of learning English to non-native speakers in any context, whether in English-speaking country or an non-English-speaking one. Context. TESOL can be used a general term for both teaching English in English-speaking countries and teaching English in countries where English is not the native language or EFL. EFL definition is refer to teaching or learning of English by native speakers in non-English speaking country. For example, a person in Japan or Brazil. English learning their home country will be involved in an EFL program. EFL programs are typically found in countries where English is not the main language. They are aimed at learners who need English for travel, business, or educational but do not live in English-speaking country. After that, there are Manglish. Manglish is colloquial from a Malaysian English. It's a mix of English with elements of Malay, Chinese dialects, such as Cantonese and Hokkien, Tamil, and other local languages. The result is unique informal way of speaking that blend words, phrase, grammar from different speaking. And the last is Singlish. Singlish is similar concept to Manglish but refer to Singapore English, a colloquial variety of English spoken in Singapore, like Manglish, Singlish, blends English with elements of the other languages, such as Malay, Hokkien, Tamil, and Cantonese. Singlish also often includes unique features of grammar and vocabulary. Singlish is commonly used in formal everyday conversation in Singapore. However, it's considered non-standard and not suitable for formal or professional context. For example, in sentence in Singlish might be "You want to go there lah," where "lah" is common Singlish particle that adds emphasis or local flavor to the sentence. After that, there are teaching method. In audiolingual method, direct method, indirect method. Number 1 is audiolingual method. Audiolingual method is language teaching method and emphasizes the development of speaking and listening skill through repetition, drills, and pattern practice. It was developed in the mid-23rd century, influenced by behaviorist psychology and structuralist linguistics. Number 2 is direct method. Direct method is also known the natural method in an approach where the target language is taught exclusively through the target language itself. With the little of no use, the student native language is going to teach language through context, immersion, inductive learning, focusing, and speaking and listening skills. And the last is indirect method. Indirect method is learning language is less formalized and often referred to teach approach, where the emphasis is not placed on direct instruction of explicit language rules. Instead, language acquisition happens more naturally, often through exposure, interaction, and contextual learning key feature. Focus and contextual learning occurs more naturally through exposure to the language in meaningful context. Students may be encouraged to interact with native speakers, to engage in activities that involve problem solving or real-life situation. After that, teaching approach and communicating approach. Type of teaching approach: there are constructive approach and differentiated approach. Content-based approach. Key feature of the content-based approach: there are 1. Integration of language and approach. Number 2 is authenticity. Number 3, focus on meaning and learner center. After that, the importance of assessing in language learning. There are either role, performance-based evaluation, assessing speaking and writing skill, integrating formative and summative evaluation. And the last slide, there are understanding productive and receptive skills. Definition of productive skill. Productive skills are the skills that involve creating or producing language. These are skills that require the learner to produce language through speaking or writing. Essentially, learning are actively creating and conveying meaning in the target language. Speaking, their ability to express thought, idea, and emotion verbally. Example, having a conversation with a friend in English, giving a presentation, or asking for direction. After that, there are receptive skill. Receptive skill is skill that involves understanding and receiving language input. This skill focuses on learner ability to comprehend spoken or written language. In other words, learners are receiving language through listening or reading, rather than actively producing in it. The key of receptive skill is listening, reading, and writing. Okay, this is my assessment. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.